This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3. Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash, which is to say, all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father, whose name in the ancient Hebrew is Yahweh, which means He is. All right? In the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in the Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, which means He the deliverer. Okay? Because He's coming down to deliver, all right, the elect of the nation of Israel from the coming destruction, all right, that's yet to befall this place, Babylon, the great America. Okay? Yes, America is the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. All right? All right? Through the Spirit, which is the Racha Kodash. Okay, the Holy Spirit. Okay? Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to Lord's elect. All right? The house of David. All right, so Brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right? And I opened up with the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. Okay? Going back to the prophet Habakkuk, all right, who had visions. All right, just like all the other prophets of old, the Most High gave specific men, particular men, all right, visions of the end times. Okay, to what? To warn His people of what's to come during the end times. Okay, and these visions serve as a sign, okay, of what is to come. So Habakkuk, all right, says that what? That the Lord told him that what? Though it tarry, meaning though these visions, though these prophecies, all right, because the men of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai sent men of the Lord, men of the Lord to come down here to prophesy, all right, and it's been going on for decades. So the warning has gone out. Okay? The warning has gone out, it's been going out for decades, man. All right? The preparation stages have taken place. Okay, to the point where now most people, all right, the average American person knows something about a secret society and so on and so forth. Okay? So there's knowledge of that. Okay, so that means that there's knowledge of the coming destruction because you've heard it here first. Okay, who are the Israelites and so on and so forth. The truth of the Bible. All right, which encompasses what? The coming destruction of Babylon, the great America. That is part of the truth of the Bible. Okay, who are the Israelites? That is part of the truth of the Bible. Something that's been hidden for years. Okay? And now the truth is coming out, that which is part of the truth of the Bible. All right? The Lord said what? Because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So the truth is coming out. All the prophecies are ringing true. All right? And Esau, Edom is shook. So now they're going to have to make a move. Okay? The whole world is waking up to some type of a wicked agenda that's going on in progress right now. Because we're highlighting that. Okay? And according to prophecy, we know that that perpetual hatred that Esau has had for Jacob will eventually show, all right, in the form of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30:7. All right, simply because there's going to be a war. Esau is going to make war against the saints. Why? Because the saints are rejoicing and proclaiming the downfall of this kingdom and the rulership of our kingdom. All right, let's get that real quick. All right, this is all biblical prophecy, but they don't want us to believe that. They don't want us to say that. Okay? But again, the very thing you don't want to be happening is the reason why we were sent down here. Okay? To prophesy. All right, it's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 18. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Okay, so that is a straight prophecy of what's going to happen in these last days. Okay, when Yahushua gets back, all right, this place will be destroyed. That's one thing these devils don't want. They don't want to understand or accept. So because of that, they're gonna make war against us. They're gonna fight against us. All right, and they're gonna do it through things like I'm gonna get into right now. All right, something known as Operation Garden Plot. Okay, so let's read a little bit about this. All right, Lord willing, it be edifying unto the elect. All right, it says Operation Garden Plot is a sub-program of Rex 84 program, which was entitled on the quote was established. All right, which was established on the reasoning that if a mass exodus of illegal aliens crossed the Mexican-U.S. border, they would be quickly rounded up and detained in detention centers by FEMA. Rex 84 allowed many military bases to be closed down and to be turned into prisons, end quote. All right. So remember, the quote says this Operation Garden Plot subprogram of Rex 84, right, was established. Okay. So how did they bring it into existence? It was established on the reasoning. Okay. That if a mass exodus of illegal, so that's why they said, oh, well, if we ever have something like this is why we need something like Operation Garden Plot. But what is the real reason why they had to create something like this that we're about to go into? Because ultimately it's part of what they're going to be using against the Israelites. Okay. Everything we're going to read here, understand, will be taking place during the time of Jacob's trouble. That is part of Jacob's trouble. And at the end, you understand why. Okay. So they use the reasoning of, oh, if a mass exodus of illegal aliens cross the Mexican border, U.S. Mexican border, then we can quickly round them up, detain them into FEMA camps. But that was a plot they used for what they're actually going to be doing to the American people. That's it. It says population control. Operation Garden Plot is the program that controls the population. Operation Garden Plot is the code name, and when they say population control, it is not like, oh, we want to just always. It's not always talking about terms of depopulating, like, oh, we're trying to control the population by ending birth rates and so on and so on. That's not always the case. When it says population control, it's also talking about the government, mind control, right? Like what you saw in the past 2 years, directing the people, all right, in whatever direction they please by use of their media, propaganda, and so on and so forth. Okay. So that's also part of the program to control the population, literally through the media and shit like that. All right. It says Operation Garden Plot is the code name for the use of coordinated military action in law enforcement at any time during a civil disturbance within the 50 states, District of Columbia, and the possessions of territories, the operation of the FBI's COINTELPRO Domestic Counterintelligence Program, FEMA Federal Emergency Management Agency, and Joint Terror Task Force. Okay. All give the government the authority to step in and immediately crush any civil disturbance or turmoil which might occur. So these are things that they've set in place, all right, as a form of the order that comes from the chaos that they will create, which you're starting to see. A lot of people are not paying attention to how serious, all right, these train derailments are. It's big time, man. Okay, and people are gonna really understand in a couple of months, right? When the weather starts getting warmer, all these ice, you notice there's a lot of, especially in the Northeast region, we've had a lot of snow. All right, well, a lot of these, even when you watch some of these videos of these trucks, these derailments, these trains, all right, they just randomly just fucking rail off. It's just so weird what's going on. All right, and it's a pattern at this time, so we know it's a conspiracy. All right, there's something behind it. It's planned this way. It's not accidents. There's no way. Okay. But again, you never let a good crisis go to waste. So this is going to create a crisis. All right. Which is going to fit perfectly with the narrative of what? Climate change. And the technology is ready for that narrative. Okay. So they have something in place, and we've been going into it. The World Economic Forum, they've come out and talked about it. Okay. This whole war against germs and diseases. Well, chemical warfare. Okay. Water is contaminated. The soil is contaminated. The air is contaminated. All right. People are suffering the effects of these things. What do you think is going to be happening? Laws must be put in place. Concentration camps. Shelter in place. It says civil disturbances are defined as riots, acts of violence, okay, insurrection, unlawful obstruction, or assemblage. So that's why you've had this whole so-called January 6th. Oh, they keep that in people's minds to the point where they have an anniversary for it now. Like, what the fuck? And they want to keep it in the minds of the public. And everyone knows that shit was all orchestrated. It was an act. But to the average mind, oh my God, January 6th was the worst day in American history. Look what happened to our capital. Whoa, right? And that's the narrative they will push when people actually start getting pissed off and they start actually rioting these places. They'll use the new laws that they put in place because of so-called January 6th, and it'll be enacted. So when the real shit happens, they can quell it. Okay. Problem, reaction, solution. All right. That's where martial law comes in. Okay. They said to crush any civil disturbance or turmoil which might occur. That's why they have these things. All right. And we've done, countless videos. All right. Something like COINTELPRO, man. Okay. We're going to touch on that. It says civil disturbances are defined as riots, acts of violence, insurrection, unlawful obstruction of assemblage, or other disorders prejudicial to public law and order. Okay, so very soon, when they start making these crazy laws, all right, all these unrighteous laws that we can't follow, okay, we're automatically going to be so-called breaking the law. Okay, which will open up the door, okay, for us to be deemed so-called domestic terrorists and so on and so forth because of what we say, because of bringing the truth out. All right. So they have guys like Vocab. That's where he comes into play. Okay, if you see what he's doing lately, he's basically building a narrative. All right, this guy got all kinds of shit going on. I'm watching quietly, like, man, this is interesting, man. How is he getting so much? Like, how does he find out all this information? How does he connect with all these people? Like, who's he? He's working with some very interesting people behind the scenes. That tells me through the spirit that damn, we're very important to these devils, man. Whatever we're doing, is very important to these devils. And they're going to do everything in their power to try to stop it, but it's not going to work. Okay, let's go into this. COINTELPRO, King Alfred Plan and the Coming Future of American Martial Law, or of American martial law. Okay, it says COINTELPRO, which is short for Counterintelligence Program, was a series of covert and often illegal projects conducted by the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, which is the FBI, during the 1950s and 60s, aimed at surveilling, infiltrating, discrediting, and disrupting American political organizations. Such organizations included ones deemed subversive, okay, including civil rights activists, the Black Panthers, anti-Vietnam organizers, the KKK, white supremacist groups, and many more. Right? So these are the majority of these groups. I believe you go on the Southern Poverty Law Center website, They have these people, these groups that we just read is on there. And they also have the Hebrew Israelites on there as well. See, that's where the many more comes in. As we read down, it will make more sense. It says, although the FBI wants you to believe that these covert projects have ended up, or has ended as of 1971, this is far from the case. Rex 84, also titled Readiness Exercise 1984, was a plan involving FEMA in association with 34 other federal civil departments and agencies, along with other NATO nations. See, this is where the UN troops come in. NATO nations conducted a civil readiness exercise during the spring of 1984. It was conducted in coordination and simultaneously with a joint chief a joint chiefs exercise, Night Train 84, a worldwide military command post exercise including continental U.S. forces, based on multi-emergency scenarios operating both abroad and at home. You see, so this is where the domestic BS comes in. You know, well, we protect our land, you know, in our country from enemies, both foreign and domestic. Like, you are the enemy. You know what I'm saying? You are the enemy of the American people, and they don't even know it. See, they fall for these lies day in, day out, and they're about to pay for it. Okay. It says, and hey, people will find out very soon that the worst mistake they ever made was to not listen to the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because we told you everything. Okay, told you everything, man. It says, in the combined exercise, Rex 84 Bravo, FEMA, and DOD led the other federal agencies and departments, including the CIA, Secret Service, Treasury, FBI, and the Veterans Administration, through a gaming exercise to test military assistance in civil defense. Do you hear that? Military assistance in civil defense. When people hear that, you might think, oh, military assistance, meaning that the military is going to come in to help. You know, when you think of assistance, you're thinking like, okay, they're going to be helping old people, you know, like maybe somebody might be caught in a building somewhere. Okay, the military is going to go in and help, you know, assistance, right? Assistance in civil defense, you know, we're going to be defending the civilians, you know, civil defense, right? Okay. When you go into their military terms and their, you know, BS rhetoric, right? Military assistance in civil defense literally means military assistance. Those people who are going to be coming in, whether it be the National Guard or whoever it is that's going to be coming into the communities, they will be doing what they're told. See? And doing what they're told means that, okay, you over there, you'll be screening people, right? You'll be screening, all right? You know, you over there, you'll be doing classification. You over there, you'll be doing cataloging of the people, right? You over there, you know, you'll be, you know, counting people and putting them in the system. Those over here will be going over here. Those over here. See, rounding up this community. That's the assistance they're talking about. Okay, those who are going to be scanned into the system, the MOTB and all that. That's all part of the assistance. Those who are going to be carrying out, okay, the orders. That's what they mean by military assistance. So it's the military that's going to be doing that. Okay. And it says what? In civil defense. So defending the state against the people who are uprising. That's what civil defense means. Okay. It says it was originally revealed during the Iran-Contra hearings in 1987 and subsequently reported by the Miami Herald back in July 5th, 1987. This plan called for the detainee of illegal aliens in detention centers via FEMA, the principal vehicle for martial law. You hear that? You hear that? Let's keep reading some more. It says, similarly, Operation Garden Plot is a general U.S. Army and National Guard plan to respond to major domestic civil disturbances within the United States. The plan was developed in response to the civil disorders of the 1960s and is now under the control of the U.S. Northern Command, which is NORTHCOM. And NORTHCOM works with U.S. NORTHCOM. They work with FEMA. See, FEMA, not FEMA, Slovakia, Wal-Mart. All right, Wal-Mart. Man, I said that with such enthusiasm. All right, I meant to say Wal-Mart though. Okay, which, when you play with the words, you do a little anagram. All right, you get the word martial. Okay, or martial law. Okay, mart law in the word Walmart. Okay, so NORTHCOM, U.S. Northern Command, all right, has designated Walmart to be their, places of so-called concentration camps. Okay, plus the other concentration camps that we haven't even, gone into yet. Okay, are all across the country. It says this plot provides federal military and law enforcement assistance to local governments during times of major civil disturbances. So in other words, the plot provides federal military. All right, the feds are going to be dropping the military to come in. No more police. All right. And law enforcement, meaning what? The military is going to be coming in with their what? With their military armaments to enforce the law. All right. So you're going to be seeing the new DARPA robots being put to play. That's the new thing. Okay. Everything that you've seen, though it tarry, wait for it. Everything you've seen was building up. Now it's time for the Lord to show his hand. And oof. Oh, man. Trouble is coming. All right. And a lot of people are not ready. Okay. It says, and Esau can't wait to just enjoy, man. He can't wait. He can't wait. All this tech, he feels invincible. He's going to tear people apart. All right. It says this plot provides federal military and law enforcement assistance to local governments. So again, your military is going to be coming down to the local level. Okay. That's where you're going to be seeing the streets being manned by military police, their military robot dogs, and so on and so forth. Weird shit. Okay. It says to local governments during times of major civil disturbances. So they're going to be coming in that order of chaos spirit. Okay. It says, let me see. It says, then there's the King Alfred plan, which was first conducted or introduced in John Williams's 1967 novel entitled The Man Who Cried, I Am, outlining the life and death of Arthur Richard Wright. This plan was a fictional CIA-led scheme supporting an international effort to eliminate peoples of color in urbanized neighborhoods via concentration camps. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Once again, Jake is always going to be the center of Esau's attack. Okay? This is why it's called Jacob's trouble. All right, it says Williams compares the King Alfred plan to intelligence programs devised by J. Edgar Hoover in the 1960s to monitor the movements of black activist groups. All right, like the Black Panthers. Okay, and like popular dystopian novels such as 1984 and Brave New World, it turns out to be far from fiction. Okay, he says, ironically enough, the King Alfred plan is very reminiscent to the McCarran Act, also known as the Internal Security Act of 1950. So that's actually something that exists, right? It says, wherein political subversives were to be rounded up and placed in concentration camps during a national emergency. You hear this? And when they say subversive, when you go into that word subversive, right? All right, in the online etymology dictionary, it says what? To turn upside down. Okay? Overturn, overthrow. Okay, overthrow. So what's happening is this truth is overthrowing Esau, Edom, and their rulership. By bringing out this truth, we're doing away with their falsehoods and deception, going into the history and debunking all this bullshit they've taught. Okay, all these lies they've populated and saturated this earth with. All right, the misconceptions and the misunderstandings and the confusion. All right, of the scriptures. Okay, to deceive the world. See, now the truth is coming out and they're uncomfortable about it. They're pissed off about it. Okay, and they want to do something about it. So that's what they're going to do. Okay, create laws and set up narratives, false narratives, okay, to be justified in coming against the men of the Lord. Okay, but in so doing, all right, they're going to destroy, all right, a lot of you jakes, man. All right, by the permission of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay. So they are afraid of what it says. Let's go back to the article as we finish it off. It says, wherein political subversives were to be rounded up and placed in concentration camps during a national emergency. So like I said, they will make laws that will criminalize what we do. See, it's already there. The setup is already there. All right, but they'll create laws to officially criminalize what we do as the prophets of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, and by doing that, they'll be able to be justified in what? In rounding us up, okay, and putting us in so-called concentration camps. That's all part of the hour of temptation. Okay, the trial of our faith. It says, and with all the executive orders, which are all unconstitutional, supporting such a scheme, one has to wonder, who are these political subversives referring to? Well, the DHS already said that 90% of Americans are so-called domestic terrorists, all right, because they have a different view, all right? Why? Because they're waking up to the truth. They're waking up to the truth, man. All right, and especially when this MOTB comes out, man, when they're ready to make their move, it's going to be something else, man. But they're setting it up. Okay, they're setting it up, man. They're setting it up. So, you know, let me see if I could get this quick precept here. All right. They're setting it up so that they can come against the men of the Lord. Okay. Let's see. All these things have been written for years. Okay, they've been prophesied, you know, for decades, especially here in America, Babylon the Great. Look at the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Okay. And all the way till now, all the way to us younger brothers, okay, carrying on in this faith. These things have been prophesied for years, you know. So nobody could really say, oh, you know, we didn't know, oh, nah. See if I can get this quick precept here. Right. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, and verse 7. It says, and when they shall have finished their testimony, all right, when this gospel being preached throughout the whole earth, all right, then the end shall come, right? It says what? And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is Sodom, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified, which is America, Babylon the Great. Okay, spiritually. All right, because this place is you see we don't even need to go into it. They have a whole month dedicated to people who engage in that lifestyle, alternative lifestyles. Okay, and now it's just saturated with the whole damn country is saturated with a whole bunch of pedophilia. All right, you know, sodomy, you know, attacking children, satanic, weird shit, man. and it's being made to be normalized, man. All this drag bullshit going on. Okay, it's transforming this, transforming that. Okay, and you think this place is just gonna keep on going? Like, damn. All right, this place is definitely about to be destroyed. All right, by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, that's why we're telling you. But see, Esau doesn't want you to know that, so he's going to demonize us and say, "Oh, look, these people are causing insurrections. These da. They have a case. All right, they're making a case. They're making a case. They're fabricating one. That's why they got this clown ass dude, Vocab Malone, out here now. Look what he's doing. Okay, it says, "And they of the people and the kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves." And that's talking about the Israelites, all right, being here in America, Babylon the Great. Okay, Jake is in a very bad state. All right, I mean, yo, our people are just they're gone. They're dead. They're gone. All right, the culture, so-called black culture. All right, that should tell you everything you need to know. That's the people who are dead. You know, they call themselves black. That's all you need to know. All right. So let me get one more precept and I'm going to close it out. Revelation chapter 12, verse 3. It says, "And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon having, no, it's like, that's not what I was looking for. I think I passed it. It's like, I was trying to get another precept here. All right. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 6. It says, "And I saw, and the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahushai. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration." Okay, so Esau is going, eventually they're going to get some of us. That's where the martyrs come in. You know, it says, so John wondered with great admiration. Okay, he saw America, Babylon the Great. He saw the technology. He saw, just what it means. But he saw, man, like, look at the power. Look at the majesty of this thing. Look at the beastly nature of this. Like think of Transformers. You know how the machines just transform and shit like that. Esau is depicting his technology through the media, through the movies, to show you that we got this. So that should tell you something. What kind of spirit the Lord is going to put on his men, all right, when that time of spiritual power comes in, because look at the technology they have. It's going to be something to behold, man. All right. It says, so continue. It says, John says, "I wondered with great admiration. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them." Okay, so ultimately it tells you that in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay, Revelation, the 12th chapter, the 7th verse. Okay, of the war in heaven. All right, ultimately when Yahushua gets back, this place will be what? Destroyed. All right, the Lamb is talking about Yahushua, and he shall what? Overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called the chosen and faithful. Okay. So, hey, man, that's fast approaching. All right. That's fast approaching, but we're entering into a time of great tribulation. All right. Great tribulation. And let me get this last precept and I'm going to close it out. All right. We're almost there. All right. The days are moving faster and faster, man. I mean, it's flying. The weeks are flying. All right, because we at the end. All right, how about Shemi Shai shortening the days for the elect's sake? All right, so there's a book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols." Okay, so Operation Garden Plot. All right, COINTELPRO, the King Alfred plan. All right, martial law, all these different things are part of, all right, the burning wrath of a great multitude that will be kindled against, are kindled over, all right, the Israelites. Okay, pretty much everyone around the country, but they'll focus more on those who actually have the truth. Okay, it says, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Okay, so that's where the criminalization comes in, the demonization comes in, all right, of this truth. All right. It says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So these AI robots that they talking about and pushing so hard, and all of a sudden the robots are sentient and all this bullshit, right? AI is asking questions about they don't want to be free, and they want to be free, and they're gonna end humanity and all this shit. Elon Musk talking about AI is going to be the destruction of mankind and all this. Yo, the word AI literally means a heap of ruins. Okay, so spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, that's going to be a heap of ruins by means of Esau's technology and their military, mixed with their anger, wrath, and hatred for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. You're in his way, all right? And as a form of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua punishing you 2/3, okay? It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. That's Revelation 12:12, okay? That's the great wrath upon you. For he knoweth that he hath but a short time, okay? Verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. All right, and that's, Lord willing, we are of that number, that in the time of trial we pass. Okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we pass. All right, we go through the fire, the adversity, and we pass. All right, verse 74, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. So that's the faith. All right, it's a promise, and it will be kept by faith. It's conditional. Okay? As long as you keep your faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he will deliver you. All right? Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. You hear that? So what is there to worry about? See? Yeah, the troubles are going to come. Yeah, in the flesh, you're going to be afraid. You're going to be wondering. You're going to be doubting. You're going to be thinking. But that's why the Lord is reassuring us not to doubt, because there's going to be many times where we're going to be in the spirit of doubt. But that's when we have to read these scriptures, and specifically it says not to doubt, or don't be afraid, because we're going to come through times where we're going to be feeling the fear of what do we do? See, man, is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua still with us? Man, it's been tough. Lord, what we going to do? See, but don't be afraid and don't doubt, for the Most High is your guide. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts. All right. The Apostle Paul talks about what? That knowing these things that are about to happen, what manner of persons ye ought to be in. What? All holy conversation and godliness, man. Okay. Hagios anastrophe. Holy conversation and godliness. All right, what manner of persons ye ought to be in. All right, that is those who keep the Most High's commandments and precepts. All right, in layman's terms, all right, those who follow and do, all right, the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua under the leadership of the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down. On this planet Earth here, if you want to live in the truth, that's where you're going to get it. And that's a fact. See, that's only for the elect. See, that's only for the elect. All right. It says, saith the Lord power, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. All right. So, Lord willing, we are of that number. The Most High Yahweh Bashim Yahushua already has plans to deliver us, all right, from the same troubles that are about to befall the face of the earth. Okay. So we got to keep the faith. All right, because we in those days, man, it's coming. All right, it's coming. We better be prepared. All right. So Lord, I'm gonna leave it off there. Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.